In this video, we're going to explore the multi-library feature within Tiled. When we have multi-library enabled, the system is broken down into two primary levels, the library level and the account level. We will first explore the structure of a single library, users, permissions, metrics, and basic settings. We will then take a look at the account level information, analytics rollup, account level settings, and library permissions. Let's start with defining multi-library. Multi-library allows users to be a part of multiple libraries with different permissions in each one. There are a few use cases for multi-library that could make your life easier. For example, I could create a single company-level hub that will include micro-apps relevant to everyone. We could then create libraries for our executives, our sales team, and our learning and development teams. When we set these up, we would include different employees with different levels of permissions based on their role and the library they're in. There are two navigation bars seen within the Tiled hub. Across the top, we see settings for the library we're in. The information found in these sections will be relevant only to the library we're currently accessing. Library admins are able to see all of these options across the top. Editors will see these, while end users will only see these. For the sake of learning, we're going to explore the Tiled hub as an administrator. This is where we can hop between libraries, assuming we have access to multiple, and make changes at the account level, such as updating our settings. All users are able to access their own profile information or sign out by clicking on their profile icon in the bottom left corner. If we are an account administrator, we have the ability to access our account settings, which we will explore shortly. Within a single library, we can add, edit, archive, and delete micro-apps. We set categories for a library here, and these categories apply only to this library. As micro-apps are shared, we will see the analytics for that library by clicking on Engagement here. We go into the Engagement section and My Share section in detail in respective videos. For now, it's important to mention that the data you will find here is only for the library you're viewing. Clicking Settings will take you to the Library Settings page, where you can update the name and the icon for the library, as well as establish your general settings, such as a reply to address, a custom room URL, update your GDPR settings, and more. Let's take a look at the process of adding a new library. As an account administrator, we are able to see this plus button, which we will then click to create a new library. This opens up the creation modal, where we enter the name of our library and have the option to upload an icon. Upon clicking create, we are redirected to our new library, which is empty. To add micro-apps to this library, we either create new ones by clicking this plus button, or we can copy micro-apps from another library. Duplicating a micro-app to another library is simple. We click the try-dot menu on the cover of the micro-app and choose Duplicate. Doing this opens a modal that will allow us to modify the name of the micro-app if we like, and then choose the library, or libraries, we would like to duplicate the micro-app into. Upon clicking Duplicate, the micro-app will appear unpublished in the selected libraries. It's important to keep in mind that while the copy will look the same, this is a completely separate micro-app, similar to making a copy of a document. Thus, changes to the original micro-app will not populate in the duplicate, and vice versa. Keep in mind you will only be able to copy micro-apps to libraries you have access to. If you would like to delete a library, it will be important to visit Tiled's Help Center, submitting a ticket and requesting the library be deleted. Ensure that you have the exact name of the library as well as any other relevant information. Keep in mind, libraries cannot be recovered once they're deleted. Now that we understand library level functionality, let's take a look at the account level information available to account administrators. Clicking this wrench brings us to account settings, which breaks down into 4 parts. Our general settings section allows us to update our account name, reply to address, and enable SSO. User management shows us a list of all users in the account. Account administrators are separated from our other users, showing us who has access to all the things and who has restricted access. We can revoke admin privileges, reset the user's password, or delete them using the menu here. When viewing users, we can promote them to an administrator, reset their password, or delete them. Further, we can click this arrow to open a list of the libraries they have access to. This list will show us what role they hold within that library, as well as what group they belong to in relation to the library, both of which we can change using these drop-down menus. Library Analytics will show us the overarching roll-up of data from all of our libraries. Clicking on the name of the library will redirect us to the Engagements page for that particular library. Finally, we have roles. We can click on a role to see what functionality a role type has. It is important to note that if you had custom roles established prior to having multi-library enabled, those roles will remain. However, you will not be able to attribute those custom roles to new or existing users, nor will you be able to reapply those custom roles should you remove them from an existing user. For help, check out our support center at support.tiled.co.